Oh, do you like this?
What?
Like just VC related? What would you what on what kind of Reddit page would you find that kind of thing?
R/no get the boat.
See, I would assume like r/I'm 14 and this is deep. Um,
How is
I don't. Have you ever had any friends that have been like those typical r/I'm 14 and this is deep kids, whether they
Oh my
intended it
god.
to or not? And like, what was the wackiest situation you've had with them?
Good lord. Okay. You just gave me PTSD flash. Um I don't want to admit this publicly. No. I was that r/I am
Oh,
14 and this is deep.
here I'm playing like watching Pokemon, laughing like, "Huh, I want an Eevee," and then the next year I'm like, "Mom, it's not a phase," and I go to Hot Topic and like, let's be real.
Stop attacking me like
Oh
this.
my god.
If I had been born just a few years earlier, you probably would have found me on MySpace.
Oh my
Like
god.
unironically. Yeah. It was pretty bad. I think that's kind of the reason why I like just have so little self-esteem right now.
Oh,
I mean, there was this one girl, I don't wanna give names, but there was this
color
one girl.
Shalissa.
I'm just gonna
Basic.
call her Heather.
Okay, works for us.
Yeah.
What kind of
You'll
Heather?
prob stop. But there was this one girl. Her name is we're gonna call her Heather.
Okay.
She really was something else. I was friends with her up until a while ago. Cause I told you this story before,
I think. Yeah.
but yeah, so you're gonna know what I'm talking about.
Oh no.
But there's this one girl, and I remember back when we were friends in like maybe 7th grade, she is and was a self-proclaimed e-girl.
Oh no.
What she did, like, she would brag about being such an e-girl and so quirky, and like
God
how
damn
she
it.
only listened to like obscure music, but then she would tell me that like her favorite artist was Cardi B and Lil Peep, and I
I
was like,
hate that. That's so
ma'am,
cursed.
ma'am, please. And then, I remember she thought that being violent and like screaming at people was like the equivalent of being flirty. I remember just a what like not even a couple like months well yeah, a couple months ago, but like not even a full year ago. She had this quote unquote crush on this one guy, right? And then
Do we
um
call him Ram?
Ram. No, no. Listen, I dipped my toe into this, but I'm not dipping my whole foot.
Okay.
Let's name him Craig. That's like the most basic name I could come up. Well, not basic, but like the
Greg.
first thing. So, this girl, like, Craig has an obvious crush on her, right? Everyone's told, like, him that, it's obvious, he's told his friends, whatever.
Mhm.
And so, um, basically what happens is he tells everyone, and then after a while he tells her, I guess, and then she goes around telling other people that like, oh, can you believe that Craig has a crush on me? But I could never like him or whatever. And no one really cares, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
her business. That's between her and Craig. Like, no one really cares. But then when people ask her about it, she gets so incredibly, like, not even defensive, just straight up aggressive. Like, what she would do is she would scream at people. At one point, another friend that I had asked Heather, um, like, what's between you and Craig? Didn't he ask you out? Whatever. And she, like, straight up became, like, physically violent. Like, she would push her. And I was like,
Oh.
ma'am, you either have anger issues or like just a straight up superiority complex because
Oh god.
she thought that like yeah, because she would actively be violent against other people, but then whenever someone showed even the slightest bit of repercussion, she would immediately go on the defense and be like, "Oh, but I'm so depressed, you can't tell me that." And again,
Oh.
I yeah, again, I didn't really like this girl in the first place, but what she did was she would actively claim to have depression, but then show no signs of it, and then call other people like mentally challenged and, of that sort. And it was just like, it was just,
That's a yikes there, bud.
yeah. And like, I don't want to keep going off on a tangent about this because this was months ago. I am, I'm like, I don't even want to
Fuming.
associate with her. Yeah, I don't want to associate with her anymore. But she was just such a bad person, and I can't believe I was still friends with her. In the end, because a lot of my friends are still friends with her, and, they're pretty close. And at one point, um, the guy I was with, he tried to, like, get me to hang out with her without telling me
Oh.
after we had a bunch of drama that went down. It was like, it really was something else, and I don't want to go back there.
See, I
So,
have only ever like until like 2019, I think I have only ever met these kinds of kids online. But in 2019, I got with this person, right? And we ended this year, but he was the equivalent of an r/I'm 14 and this is deep kid, and like he like the whole subreddit I'm 14 and this is deep. He literal like his wallpaper, right, was like that retro thing, but all the words said was just feel nothing. I was like, dude, why
um,
don't you change it? Like I
yikes.
literally like I remember when I was a kid, I actually drew him, and I hope that he still
Right.
has it because I'm not too salty about these kinds of things. But like I remember like he finally changed it. And I'm just like, what took you so long? Like 4 months after I made the drawing, he finally puts it up as his thing. Yeah, no, he had that wallpaper on for like a really long ass time, and it really bothered me. I don't know. I wanted to get more pot because like the school year just started, and like high school's pretty shite. So
Actually, that's not wrong.
high school's pretty shite. So like getting into that, and as someone who's like hasn't been to like that many public schools before, or been to public school in general, like I was already stressed enough. So like knowing that like the person I was with was this kind of person really sucked. You try and cheer the kid up, but he pulls up those like, but I've been broken so much in the past that I don't want to feel love again. Then why the fuck are you with me?
Ew.
Why the fuck are you with me?
Oof. Oof.
Like he went
Ah,
and
that
like
physically pained me.
like he was that kind of kid, and I hated it because listen, he's had as many exes as I've had years upon this earth. I'm kidding, maybe I don't know. But then like when I ask him like fucking like we all the like when that friend group, we'd all kind of like tease him for being a player. Well, for one, you don't really like you know talk about your exes to whoever you're dating too much unless like it was really that bad. But
Unless,
like
like, they ask, right?
exactly. Unless you ask, or like it's an actual problem. But this didn't feel like a problem. Like, I mean, the thing is, right? And this is gonna sound, and like, if this was like, if you were a little bit older, I'd have a little bit more respect. But like, the kid dated this person for like 2 years, right? And this girl was like, by now she would be 14, but when they broke it off, she was like 12. And
Yikes.
this kid and this girl, oh my god, she was basically like a lot of 12-year-olds nowadays. And I say a lot, like I'm not saying all 12-year-olds are like this, but like a lot of fucking 12-year-olds out here already 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 going into the sleepy
Yeah.
chamber, if you catch my, like they're slithering into the chamber of secrets already at the same.
Do not put it like that.
She was like those kids from Big Head that would like list their kinks. Like she was just like that kind of person. And like, so you can already see that this did not end fairly well. So they dated for like 2 years, and then she cheats on him with his best friend, which sucks. But they started dating when he was like when they were like 10. But yeah, no, like her, and then like I think some other person that was like maybe about a year ish. Either way, why are y'all hooking up so fast? What are you gonna do? Suck
Like,
the prepubescent salami? I don't understand, but
uh,
like so many times I'd hear like, "Oh, hey, you okay? You want to talk about it?" Because isn't that what you do when you have someone who's concerned and like is the type to act like I'm slash 14 and this is deep? Like, do we have a problem here, sir? And they'd be like, "No, I don't want to talk about it." And I'd be like, "Oh,
real ones
okay."
only hit me up.
Like, and that's fine if you don't want to talk about it. But then, like, if I'd ask, like, why, I'd be like, "Oh, is it because you're uncomfortable or something with it?" That's fine. And he's like, "No, it's because they broke me too much." And like that.
Fucking, you're like 12. Oh my
I mean,
god.
it was so cringy. I hated it. Right, his hair did not help him whatsoever because
Did he like put it over one
it
eye and
wasn't
then
one eye at this point. It was like both eyes at this point because he had the curtains, right? And he never cut his hair because he wanted
that's
to shield himself from the world's pain. So he let that.
don't tell me that's what he said. Don't
I, it
please.
was like something along the lines of that at this point. But like he let his hair grow out, and his hair is black. So he let his hair grow out, and it grew out so much to the point where it was covering like his eyes, like that dog from Ariel. Just now it was black, and you know that's not very fun. So this kid with the dog from Ariel looking hair, I wallpaper says I feel nothing, right? Doesn't want to open up at all because people have broken him too much, and
Bruh.
and and see the thing is with these kids, right? Is typically their usernames would be something edgy or something. So I don't know if it's okay for me to say this. So I'm gonna I'm gonna change it up a bit. But if you can catch on my drift, mystical Reaper weapon. He's on them teams, right? And that was his name. And then he changed it to like something along the lines of like toxic or toxin. It was something edgy
Britney
like that.
Spears.
And then I was like, and then I was like scrolling through Instagram one day, to see like catch up on things, and then I see like this person posting like Fortnite clips. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Who am I following?
Red flag.
He used to have like some other things that were at least okay, I guess. But now like he just deleted everything and now is just like only posting Fortnite clips. And I was like, who is this? And then they clicked on their profile. I was like, oh wait, it's my ex. And then
Oh, it's
like
this dude.
yeah, and then like 2 weeks later, it changes to something along the lines of darkness. And then like in the description, I see like his YouTube name is Darkness, and I'm hoping he doesn't find this video. And like, the kid changed his YouTube channel to Darkness. And if that doesn't scream, I'm slash 14. This is. So the thing about your story is right. At least like they have a personality. This
Oh
kid,
no, she did
like,
not.
I mean, like her personality was like I scream at people. If
Her
that counts.
personality was violence and Cardi B music.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
there really
But
isn't much to
that's
it.
still like somewhat better, somewhat more entertaining than a kid with Ariel dog looking dirty mop hair being like, I don't want to open up to anyone or open up to love because the world already broke me.
Like, here's the thing. I understand people having trust issues and not wanting to go back into relationships or whatever because of past experiences, right? Like
Yeah.
that's a normal human reaction to a bad situation.
I don't understand it when
But
it's when you're 10.
yeah, but if you're like dating when you're fucking less than like not
The kid
even
had
at
a girlfriend. The kid
14.
had a girlfriend in like first grade, I think.
that, like, okay, I get it. First graders, kindergartners, right? They think they
It
like
like
each other, and then they'll just
every other year was like someone else, and then the girl for like 2 years until she cheats on him with his best friend, and I'm just there like, what the
and
fuck?
like my problem with that is you like as a kid you don't understand what cheating really means. Like going and holding someone's hand isn't like I don't know what else to say. Like that's not really cheating, sir. That is just showing a normal amount of affection towards someone you care about. That's not cheating.
It's comforting the hands, bro. As hands, we
As
understand.
hands,
As hands,
we know what
exactly.
it's like in this world.
The amount
But
of lube I've had to clean
and
up.